I was born, as you guys probably have figured out, somewhere in the States, but in Philadelphia, a large East Coast city. I got to tell you a little bit about my background. I graduated from an Ivy League law school. I practiced law for 20 years, and during that period of time, I worked in the prosecutor's office, among other things. And I got to tell you this so you can kind of tell where I've come from to where I am, and I don't mean this for ego reasons or anything like that. But I was the chief attorney of the Penn Central Railroad fraud trial, which was the largest fraud trial in the country's history at that time. I prosecuted and convicted the first terrorist killing for a law enforcement officer in the United States. I prosecuted a series of cases that was featured on 60 Minutes, and I handled over 50 murder cases. And this morning I was thinking, my God, how did I ever make this transition from that to this? And you know, the realization came through that it really wasn't that much of what it really was an unfolding, you know, an unfolding of myself. And I think what we're all looking for is some way to remove the barriers from our essence, our soul, our spirit, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's really what the path was. I was very lucky. I met Nikolai Levashov, who I'll talk to you a little bit more about. I got a little tired of practicing law, and I was looking for other things to do. And a friend took me in to see a healer, Reiki master. And I got interested. And the energy concept resonated with me. So I started studying different types of energy healing. And I studied everything that was out there, really. Reiki, and polarity therapy, and craniosacral therapy, and pranic healing. And I spent 3 years learning the Rubenfeld Synergy method, which you guys probably don't know. But it was a training program that incorporated Feldenkrais, Gestalt, and the Alexander technique into one modality. The healing became a passion. It became very clear to me that this really was the path I should have been on all along. So what I did is I moved to San Francisco, which really is it's like a different world than traditional Philadelphia. And I continue with my studies and my healing practices. And eventually I developed my own healing system, which combined working on the body and off the body. And off the body primarily with chakras and clearing energy and things like that. And then I was hired by actually probably the most prestigious body-mind school in the San Francisco area to give a 2-year training program in my method. And before that training program began, somebody introduced me to Nikolai Levashov. What happened was I was at a networking affair and everybody gets 30 seconds to get up and say what you do. And I said I was transitioning from being a lawyer to a healer. And somebody came over to me who I never saw before and never saw since and said, if you really want to be a healer, you should check out this new Russian guy that came into town. He had a system of healing that I don't know that the world's ever seen anything like it before. I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody else does, but it was so advanced and so precise and so exact and so scientific and got results that I don't think have ever been seen before. I was overwhelmed. I mean, I was really overwhelmed by it. I mean, it just completely eclipsed anything that I was doing. So I canceled my training program and I became Levashov's student. And that was in February or March 1992, I think. What I can tell you about the system is he has a way of expanding your consciousness, but he has a way of he can expand the brain so you can use more of your neurons, if you will. And then he has a whole new understanding of how the body works. You know, it's a whole new system. It's multidimensional, and it's also precise on a physiological level. It's a new understanding of how the nervous system works. It's a new understanding of how the brain works. And it's a new understanding of the power of our minds, all of our minds. The human mind is actually capable of activating, harnessing, controlling, programming the energetic forces of nature. Yeah, we can do that. We can take it with our mind and we can do things and send energy and heal people of things that are Just amazing, really, just amazing. And I think this is where the world's heading right now.